peeps, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another video in my Holes series. So like I said, I am obsessed with Holes. Holes is my favorite, or one of my favorite movies of all time. It's my second favorite movie of all time, and from the time I was 12 years old, I'm now 28, the obsession is still here. I mean, I have this Holes t-shirt to prove it. I mean, I got this from Cleo Thomas, aka Mr. Slick Livin', aka Zero himself, who makes Holes inspired t-shirts, which you all should go and get when he releases more of them in the Zeroni collection. Okay? If you're obsessed, if you're a fanatic, if you are a Holes stan like myself, please go cop yourself a t-shirt. Okay? Alright. But because I'm so obsessed with this movie, and because I just have a fondness for the cinematography, for the story, for the actors, for everything about this movie makes me happy. The soundtrack, everything. So today what we're going to be talking about is we're going to basically be doing a Where Are They Now? The D10 edition. So basically we're going to be talking about the actors who played these charming young boys who were sent to Camp Green Lake and made to dig them holes. Dig it up, holes, dig it up, holes, yeah. Dig it up, holes, dig it up, holes, yeah. So we're going to be talking about the whole D10, everybody on my t-shirt, and yeah, let's get into it. So first off, we have to talk about Mr. LaBeouf. I only call him that sometimes just because I can. I don't know why, but I like to call him that. I don't know why I make fun of his last name, but it's funny. Anyways, Shia LaBeouf is an anomaly. And I love that about Shia LaBeouf. I honestly do. Shia LaBeouf is one of those actors who has been in the Hollywood sphere. Of course, we know what he did after Holes. He was in the Transformers movies, the first 2 or 3. Well, the last one wasn't really that good, so whatever. The ones with Megan Fox were better, but whatever. He was in the first 3 Transformers movies before they decided to revamp them once again. And he was also in a lot of other incredible movies, including one of the Indiana Jones movies and so many others. I will actually tell you about right now. He starred in a movie called American Honey, which I really love. And I was really taken away by this movie. Like, basically, American Honey, which I won't go too far into because this is not a review of it, but American Honey was one of those films that's basically like an independent film, right? And it's about this girl who basically, she joins this traveling band of misfits who go around the Midwest selling magazines. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds boring, right? But it's really not. It's more of a story of humans, right? And about young kids and how, you know, there's this group of young kids, mostly white, but I mean, the main character is black, which is good, but she's a black Brit. But it's good because she's black, so it's good, right? I'm glad that they had a black person in there because there wasn't any others, right? Like, the whole rest of the cast is white, but I'm digressing. The point of the movie is basically to show the human spirit, to show basically, you know, there are kids out here who are struggling and don't have it all together, and that's why they join together to do these crazy things, because it gives them stability, it gives them a family, and they feel wanted and heard, and it's just a really it's an interesting movie. I definitely recommend checking it out. I love Shia LaBeouf's performance in it, and he's just incredible in that movie. Like, I really did like that movie. That was a great movie. He was also in the movie Peanut Butter Falcon, and now is on DVD and probably on digital streaming. But I haven't seen it yet. I want to. But that's the one where he is like a fisherman, and an autistic kid basically runs away from the center he's supposed to be at, and he wants to go and basically become a wrestler or like go to a wrestling match, And so basically he runs away. He meets this fisherman, which is Shia LaBeouf, and they have this incredible bond. And also that lady from 50 Shades of Grey is in it. I don't know her name, but I hear it's a really incredible story as well, so I will be definitely checking that out. He's also in a movie called Honey Boy. And Honey Boy is basically the retelling of Shia LaBeouf's life from being a kid to an adult. And basically Shia LaBeouf plays his dad, who, if you don't know, which I didn't know this for a while, but now it's coming out into the open, Shia LaBeouf's dad was basically an alcoholic and did drugs. And so he ended up in jail a lot for a lot of Shia LaBeouf's childhood. But basically this is a story of how he helped him to achieve his dreams when it came to like Disney Channel, when he was on Even Stevens, and like all the movies he would end up being in later. And like he was really a pivotal person in his development as an actor. And so this is basically a retelling of that story. And I hear it's very like an intense story, but it's a story that's important and should be told. And I think it's important for Shia LaBeouf because I heard in an interview that Shia LaBeouf actually wrote this whole movie after going into rehab for his own alcoholism and ended up not being able to film it for a while because it was too hit close to home, right? And so it's just now being made because he, feels comfortable now telling the story. But back then it was just too much for him. So I'm excited to see that movie. So yeah, Shia LaBeouf, of course, we know is very eccentric and has been doing like a lot of performance art pieces and doing a lot of things around that. And he's just been kind of not a recluse, but he's just been a very interesting character. And I really do like Shia LaBeouf despite all of that, because I feel like he's one of the real deal. Like he's a real actor. He's a real person, and he doesn't take this Hollywood stuff too seriously because he used to, right? And then it got too much for him, and he went down a kind of a dark road, and he's learning now that all of that fake stuff was not important, and that what he's doing now with all the film roles that he's taking and all these independent projects is where he should be. So I really, really appreciate Shia LaBeouf for that, for being a real one. I appreciate him a lot. Plus, I've always just liked Shia LaBeouf, even before Holes. Like, Even Stevens is a great show. And, like, I swear, I talked about this in my Holes review, of course. But I know that a lot of people haven't seen this movie. But you guys really need to go watch it. True Confessions is literally Shia LaBeouf's best work. I know a lot of people will be like, this movie or that movie, but man, True Confessions, that movie is so good. And it's such a heart-wrenching story. Like, please go watch that movie. Disney Channel original movie. Go watch it. You will cry. You will cry. Like, you will cry. So, yeah. He also is working with the Slosson's Recreation Center, which is a venue for youth to get into acting and into community theater and bring the sacredness back into the theater. And he invites all those who have influence in the industry to come and support him, and the low-income youth that are there. And I think that's also really beautiful because he's using his platform to really give back to the community, and I think that's amazing. I also really loved when our current president got elected back in 2016. And he started that online platform, which I think is still up. Like, I think if I checked his Twitter recently, that's still up, but, like, no one's really active on it. But he used to have this, like, ongoing, I don't know, I guess it was, like, a performance arts piece. I don't really know. But basically, he would just be, I don't remember where he was actually located, but he just had this ongoing live stream where he just basically chanted really positive things about the world, and basically was off over there fighting Nazis. And I was over here like, claps for Shia. No, honestly, that big ups, bro. Like, that, I really appreciated that. Like, that was really beautiful. So, yeah, I love Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf's an incredible actor, and I just can't wait to see what he does next. He's amazing. Yeah, check him out. The next person I have to talk about is my boo. The man I got this t-shirt from, the guy who's just incredible, Cleo, aka Zero Thomas, right? So I probably talked about this at length in my Holes review, but Cleo Thomas is basically everything, okay? He really is. Like, I had a whole entire crush on him when I was 12. I still have a whole entire crush on him at 28. It is what it is. Zero for life. But basically, Cleo is that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful man who started his own business called Slick Living. And he has offshoots of it with the werewolves and the goddess living amongst men, which I am a goddess living amongst men. I actually have 2 t-shirts from that collection as well. And he also does podcasting. He's still in the acting game. He is doing all types of entrepreneurial things on the internet. And he's just living his best life and being an incredible person. He just filmed a anime live action thing called UALA. Now, excuse me, I'm not really an anime fan, but UALA is fire, baby. It's fire, baby. If you are an anime fan at all and you know anything about My Hero Academia, then you would know about UALA, or you should know about UALA. Like, it's incredible. Like, again, not an anime fan, not really into it, don't really understand it, but I have mad props. It's amazing. Like, it's incredible. After Holes, of course, he was in a bunch of other films that we probably know of to this day. Roll Bounce, which is a hood classic. It's a blastic. It's incredible. Him and Bow hanging out. Yes. What else? He was in Walking Tall with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And he was in so many other movies, so many other things. Just incredible career. In 2009 or something like that, he started doing hip hop, and that was his thing for a while. And he stopped making music, which was such a shame. But if you've never checked out Cleo's music, please go to your SoundClouds, your YouTubes, your Spotify's, your everywhere, and go check him out. He's incredible. My favorite project he's ever put out is After Everything Fades with Chris Batson, and he's just an incredible, overall amazing dude. I love Cleo from the bottom of my heart. I always will. And if you really want to know more about Cleo Thomas and what he's been up to since Holes, please go check out My Forever Flowers, which I will also link at the bottom in the description. And you can check out his whole biography and what he's been up to and why I love him and why he's incredible and why he has my whole heart. And yeah, Cleo's just a really, really down-to-earth dude. And if you're not following him on social media, why? His social media is always popping. I love his social media. Like, he be giving out gems, baby. Like, I be having a terrible day, and I just go on Cleo's Instagram, and I'll just be like, look, okay? You can do it, okay? There ain't no maybe. There ain't no maybe. There's only do. Just kidding. But he does have some really incredible gems. It'll just make you, okay, like, why am I not living up to my full potential again? Like, Cleo just make you feel really bad about yourself and then make you feel really good about yourself all in the same time. Like, he'll be like, why aren't you doing what you're supposed to be doing? And you'd be like, I know, why aren't I? And then they'd be like, because you are important. And you are a goddess living amongst men. And you are supposed to be out here living out your dreams. And why you're not doing that, I don't know. But you need to go and get your goals. And I'm like, yeah, I need to go get my goals, baby. Like, Cleo is so inspirational. He's just...
What we doing now? That's my question. My question above all else. Above all else. All that rah-rah, all that yada-yada. What we doing now? What's your dream? What's your goal, man? What's your next step in life? What are we doing? Don't think just because the world's in a pandemic and everybody's uncertainty. No. What are you certain about? What can you place your money on? What can you place your next step on? Huh? That's the question at hand. Because you've had some downtime. Let's be real. Let's be honest with each other here. You've had some downtime. You know you have. Have you done anything? Even if it's a itty bitty tiny step. Even if it's a little bitty step. Have you done anything to better yourself in this time? Huh? Keep it a buck with me. These ears hear it all. Even the lies in your breathing.
Zero for life, baby. Zero for life. We love you, Cleo. We love you, baby. Okay, the next group of people that I'm going to talk about are X-Ray. I'm going to be talking about Magnet. I'm going to be talking about Squid. And I'm going to be talking about Armpit. Now, unfortunately, these are the actors who, since Holes, haven't really done a lot of acting. But, it is what it is. They'll always be a part of the D10 and they'll always be important. For Brendan Jefferson, who played X-Ray, I can't say he's done a lot after Holes. But before Holes, he was actually in a pilot with Brandy. It was a pilot series. So it only had one season. But it had Brandy. It had the good brother, Jason Weaver. And it was a really good show. Except for it only got one season. But, that's okay. But it was called Thea. And it was basically a sitcom, a black sitcom. And it was great. And it never went anywhere, but oh well. But he made some more guest appearances in, like, Smart Guy. Where he was that, like, obnoxious kid who was, like, super smart, but, like, a jerk. And, like, TJ punched him in the face. Like, that was a moment. But, yeah. Outside of Holes, he's really done nothing. Which is okay. I love him. But he hasn't really done anything after that. So, it is what it is. And also Jake M. Smith, Byron Cotton, and Miguel Castro, Squid, Armpit, and Magnet also have done really nothing. But that's okay, because they will always be part of the D10 for me. And because I'm so obsessed with Holes, I will literally watch this movie forever, and you guys will forever be famous in my eyes. So that's all that matters, That's all that matters. Like, we don't need you to be super famous. Like, you're famous in my eyes, and that's all that matters. So, okay. Next is Max Cash, who played Zig-Zag. Now, he has had some minor things. He's now a musician, which is beautiful. And he's been in a couple of films outside of Holes. But for the most part, he hasn't really done that much that's, like, super, super famous. But, we love him anyways. He's incredible. We love him. Okay? We stand. We stand. We stand. So, Max Cash teamed up with Shia LaBeouf after Holes in The Greatest Game Ever Played, which is a classic, by the way, and had a part in Whiplash. When he isn't acting, he is writing and performing music. So, yeah, now he's a musician. He's done a couple movies, and he keeps to himself. I think he's married now or something. We like him. We stand. D10 for life, we stand. Okay? We stand. And you can get Zig-Zag, Max Cash. You can get his music on SoundCloud. So you just have to search Max Cash and you'll find him. The last person I want to talk about on this Where Are They Now? Holes edition is Noah Paletic. Look, okay, no offense to Noah at all, but Twitch, you were the weakest link. Goodbye. No, honestly, he wasn't really in anything else after Holes either, and that's sad, but, like, whatever. But, like, his character wasn't even that important in Holes. Like, I mean it in a nice way, but, like, they introduced him in the, like, and they do this in the book too, which is a little annoying, but I'm like, okay, but if you were going to introduce him, like, introduce him earlier. Like, why did you have to introduce him at the very end? And then by the time we even get to know him even a little bit, we're off and in the fact that Zero and Caveman are up on God's thumb, and that's all that matters anyways. So we don't even get to really talk about the fact that Twitch was a part of the D10. Like, why do you do that? But whatever. So, anyways, Noah really hasn't been in much, and I don't know, he's out here living his life, and that's all I can really report on him, because there's nothing on the internet that tells me what he's actually doing. So, yeah. Sorry that this Where Are They Now? Holes edition is so kind of lame. Like, between Shia and Cleo, they're kind of the only two that are doing a lot in their careers right now. Otherwise, the rest of the cast is like living their life and getting them residual checks from the fact that people love holes. But other than that, like, they're not doing much, and I feel bad, but like at the same time, like I said, Holes is my second favorite movie of all time, and I cherish them as actors, I cherish them as people, and I love them. So it doesn't really matter to me whether they're making $20 million blockbuster movies now, okay, 50 million, thousands of millions, whatever, movies now, or it was just in one little lonely movie called Holes. Like, to me, it matters, and it means something to me. So shout out to the whole detent, everybody who was a part of the detent, everybody who, you know, was ever a part of Holes at all. You guys were important, and you really made this movie come to life, and I appreciate that. So I love every single person who was a part of the detent. Caveman, X-Ray, Zig-Zag, Armpit, Magnet, Squid, and Zero. Y'all are the best. And all I have to say now is D10 for life. Until next time, my beautiful people, peace and blessings.